What's up, people? My name is Shaggy, the opinionated hippie, and today we are doing part 3 of what I hope is a never-ending series of reviews and rankings of the Grateful Dead's ongoing Dave's Picks series. This is a series of releases kind of in the exact same vein as Dick's Picks, 36 releases I've already reviewed elsewhere on this channel, of Grateful Dead concerts, and then with bonus material of selected materials from other concerts. So it's a whole bunch of really good live stuff. I'm going to review number 3. We're on number 3. And then I'm going to rank it as it compares to 1 and 2. And then the rankings will grow as the reviews go further towards, the higher numbers. So today we are doing number 3. This is a 3-disc set, a complete show from October 22nd, 1971. And then the third disc, 1 and 2, is that complete show. And then the third disc is a selection of material from October 21st, 1971, the show, obviously, before it. What is very special about these releases, or this release, very special about the shows that are documented here, is the main release, or the October 22nd, is Keith Godshau's, the piano player. It is his 3rd show ever with the Grateful Dead. The material from the 21st is obviously from his 2nd show. Another great thing about the 22nd show, at least when I was trading tapes and like seeking out material, there was no 1022 show in circulation, or at least to the best of my knowledge, I was never able to find. I didn't come across one. 1021 was in circulation. I think it was like an FM. It was a pretty good show, if I'm not mistaken, a good sounding show. I did not go back and listen to it. But 21 was out there. 22, I don't remember being out there. So that it may have been surfaced in the last decade or so. But back when I was doing it, it did not. So that was special about this release. And Keith is very, very, very present. Keith is like confident. He is like not wanting to just like sit back and see where things go and then kind of step in. He's like, if I know this song, if I know the key, if I know what's happening, which obviously did, he was there. He was helping push the direction of some jams. He was fully like present. He sounds incredible in the mix. He would eventually, over time, become more of a player, I think, who found his spaces, within the other members and did more of that kind of intertwining thing that I think the Dead do so well. But here he is very much like, no, I'm here, I'm present, I'm going to do this. He's not stepping on toes. He's definitely not like aggressive in a way that's like, oh no, that doesn't fit the vibe. No, he is in the pocket. He is with the band. The band is obviously feeling him. It just sounds amazing. Some really good stuff in the first show. There is a definite highlight, which is like a close to 30-minute, a 28-minute other one, which is a pretty standard, the other one. You get your cryptical envelopment, you get a nice little drum break. No Hart, I think it's just Billy on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Hart is not with the band at this point. He has taken his sabbatical. So it is just a 5-piece band. Big Pigpen is out for health reasons. Or personal reasons. But the other one is pretty much, I think, the highlight of the show. Your kind of standard other one, but a great other one, and that you get the cryptical envelopment, you get the very aggressive sort of pre-vocals jam, you get the vocals, you get a much more spacey sort of between the vocals interlude, and then you eventually find your way back into the second verse, and then they go into Deal out of the other one. And the Deal is it might actually kind of fall apart and then they go into Deal, but it's almost a quick transition into Deal. And the Deal sounds very, it just has a slightly different feel than it normally does. I don't know what it is, but it's got a little bit more of a funkier vibe that actually works really well. But that I think is the definite like peak of the 22nd show, the first 2 discs. The first disc is almost all of set 1. You get a Bertha, Me and My Uncle, Tennessee Jed, Jack Straw, Loser, a playing in the band. This is a very early playing in the band. Its entire length is 6 minutes and 31 seconds. The jam in the middle, of course, is very short, but it is pretty neat to listen to hear Jerry just kind of soloing, essentially, not really going way out there, or not really expecting to have a lot of time to explore ideas. So he's kind of much more aggressive and purposeful in his solo. And it's really kind of neat to hear a short playing in the band that doesn't go on for like 15 or 20 minutes. So that's kind of cool. A Sugaree, Beat It On Down the Line, Black Peter, which is always great to hear, Mexicali Blues, Cold Rain and Snow, and a Me and Bobby McGee. Very solid first set, excellent playing. Keith is strong throughout. Second set finishes for the first two tracks of set two. It Comes a Time, which at one point Jerry tries to hit this like falsetto note. It's like, it's not during the Comes a Time lyric, but it's almost like at one point he's like, comes a time, and he's reaching for it. And it's almost like his voice almost just kind of disappears because he can't hit or hold that note, but he's trying his best. And it sounds pretty cool. It's like a neat little, Jerry's given it his all. I then would realize I'm not going to try to hit those notes in the future. But it's a really nice Comes a Time, kind of a very purposeful, direct, not too really stretched out too much, but very like succinct in a powerful way, like just a short, sharp shock of a song, but a Comes a Time song. And then one more Saturday Night to close the second set. Close the first set, and then the second set takes up the rest of the disc. So it's kind of a short second set, apparently, I guess. You get a Ramble on Rose, which Jerry is really hitting that riff in a much more funkier way than he would within a year. But it's really like a bump, bam, boom, bam, bam, ba-dum, ba-bam, bam. Like it's really almost like the band covering Ramble on Rose, but with that funky sort of band vibe that they could do when they decided to kind of up the tempo a little bit. An excellent Cumberland Blues. Then you get that massive That's It for the Other One, Deal, Sugar Mag, and then you get a Casey Jones and a Johnny B. Good as your encore. Just a really solid, great show that the highlight really is, if you're a Keith fan and you want to hear Keith's early work and hear just how confident and like awesome sounding he was, this is a really good release. The third disc, the material from the show the night before, also has probably a more amazing moment than the other one. You get a Truckin', which was in the first set, a Big Railroad Blues, something called the Frozen Lager, which was one of those kind of between songs that's mess around with something while we're waiting to go on the next song type of thing. Then you get the focus, the highlight of what may be this release. You get a Dark Star. It's about a 15-minute Dark Star, and it really feels like Jerry is like putting Keith through his paces. He's like, let's see what this guy can do. So Dark Star starts off, and it's your simple sort of exploratory Dark Star, kind of going all kind of over the place, but not going way out there, just kind of exploring the different corners of the theme. And then it starts to intensify and build up in intensity, as if Jerry's like, okay, can he keep pace? And Keith, of course, keeps pace. And then it kind of drops off, and it sounds like Jerry's about to go into the vocals. But then Jerry's like, well, let's not go into the vocals. Let's explore like this idea first and see if Keith like stays with us. He does. They hit the vocals. Sounds great. Then they go into like your spacey part, and Jerry's like, okay, can he hold on to this? Can he make this work? Then Jerry's like, hey, let's drop a Feeling Groovy jam in here and see if he can hang with us during this Feeling Groovy jam. He does. It's fantastic. And then he's like, you know what? Let's go right into Sitting on Top of the World. Let's just do that. Let's just throw a Sitting on Top of the World in the middle of this Dark Star. They do that. It's fantastic. Keith is there from the get-go. It is a great song to throw in the middle of a Dark Star. They finish Sitting on Top of the World, and Jerry's like, we're just going to jump back into a spacey part of Dark Star, do that second verse, and wrap this up. And Keith is there the entire time. And it is a really neat listen. The whole thing is just over 20 minutes. So you get a 20-minute Dark Star with like a 3.5-minute Sitting on Top of the World in the middle. But it is absolutely fantastic. And then the rest of the set, they don't. They go, yeah. So then after Dark Star, they go into Me and Bobby McGee. You get a Brown Eyed Women, and then you get a St. Stephen, a standalone St. Stephen. Not standalone. It kind of, as it ends, it kind of jumps immediately into Johnny B. Good. But it's not going into Not Fade Away. It's not in any other thing. But yeah, pretty good bonus tracks. But that Dark Star, Sitting on Top Dark Star, is just, it's really good. It's you should try to check that out from the 21st show. But anyways, solid release. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I think 71 is one of those years when they're not quite at 72 would be the year when they really start peaking, and they have that 72, 73, 74 ride when it's just like they can almost do no wrong. 71 is when they're kind of introducing a lot of new songs, working out some ideas, kind of stretching out their how they jam and where they jam. But this one has an extra dose of energy because of Keith Godchow, because of his piano playing, because of his presence, because of the way the band is reacting to his ideas as opposed to like what Pigpen would contribute or Constantine would contribute. So it is a really, really good listen. Where would I rank it compared to the other ones? Right there. But then again, the other ones are a 74, which is my favorite year, and a 77, which many would argue is the peak year, arguably one of the best years of the Dead. So again, not a bad listen. It only falls to 3 because the other two are ridiculously fantastic. But yeah, another solid release in the Dave Picks series. So yeah, that's it. I encourage you to check this out. I know it's on YouTube. I don't think it's Dave's Picks. I think you have to search by the date, but I'm almost positive the Complete 22 show is on there. I don't think the Complete 21 show is on there, but the Dark Star is on there out there, and I encourage you to check that out if you have the time, because it is really good. But anyways, that's it. Let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Go listen to some Grateful Dead. Make your life that much better. And if you have not checked this out and you do, let me know what you think and whether or not I described it somewhat accurately, if you want to. If not, don't. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on another video or next week at the same time with Volume 4. Peace, y'all.